Andy Jenkinson is pulling away, but Graham Bryant looking to get past Chris Cragg. The rest of the field go filing through. Great variety as ever. Aston Martin, Porsche, Aston Martin. Midfield battle going on as Jenkinson leads. Cochrane is second, and Chris Cragg now makes a move up on the inside. Can he go through going into Abbey? Yes, he can. Chris Cragg goes second. Graham Bryant is fourth. And fifth as they turn their way through for the first time. Looks like being the Thurtles. Chevrolet Camaro. Arthur starts. Boise will take over. Pouring out of Priory down towards Brooklands. Mark II Golf GTI in the entry. Mini Cooper S as well. All sorts of shapes and sizes. And there you can see Clive Deeds starting to inch up onto the tail of John Shoesmith in the ex-Brian Muir Camaro. And he's going to go through on the inside of Brooklands, but it's the outside for Luffield. So John Shoesmith stands his ground. The auctioneer hangs on to his place. The field then turning their way up over the line, but Andy Jenkinson not only leads the race, he's coming under pressure from Chris Cragg. Jackie Cochrane third, Graham Bryant fourth. Now the Sunbeam Tiger and the Morgan are going to be worth watching as this race wears on, because they're going to be given over to quicker co-drivers. Through there goes Jonathan Bloom, ex-TVR Tuscan racer, as in the meantime number 74 here, which is Arthur Thurtle, turns his way into Beckett's. He's in fifth place at the moment in the ex-Rally Nix car. Turns his way through Ireland. Behind him, number 45, the car at the moment in the hands of Alec Hammond, although he will hand it over to Graham Hathaway, the man who prepares it. And Graham Hathaway these days, perhaps a little bit quicker than Alec Hammond behind the wheel of that car, repaired after its big accident here on the national circuit back in May. Graham Bryant hard at work in the family heirloom. This Morgan Plus 8 he's had for many, many, many years. The new to the series Porsche there in the hands of Jeremy Cook goes through. This is the car that he shares with Mike Dowd. It had a spin earlier on in the weekend, which caused the windscreen to pop out, but we have a new race leader, and Chris Cragg then, in this increasingly well-developed Aston Martin V8, the hotel company director from Tunbridge Wells, leads the race as he comes now out of Luffield into Woodcote Corner. Andy Jenkinson in the purpose-built Aston Martin DBS V8 race car from the mid-1970s comes through now over the start and finish line, but Chris Cragg is going great guns as he heads off now down towards the right-hander at Copse Corner. Going after him, though, still is Andy Jenkinson in the Aston Martin DBS V8, and then third is Jackie Cochrane, who is not letting them get away and continues to lead. Now, Chris, much more confident as a driver these days. In years past, he used to have a co-driver in the person of John Buttle. These days, he feels he doesn't need to, and so Chris Cragg can go solo. Andy Jenkinson will hand over to the very quick John Young. Jackie Cochrane there will give way to Stephen Colbert, former Formula 3 racer and Seat racer and Renault Clio racer, and Graham Bryant hands the Morgan Plus 8 over to his son. Andy Nunn into the race then as he goes down the pit lane. Jackie Cochrane and Graham Bryant overlapping. They're caught up behind Andrew Chalmers' Porsche. The leaders are side by side as well. Look, diving into Priory. Through on the inside goes Jenkinson. Chris Cragg then dropped back into second place. The first of those Astons, a purpose-built race car for Le Mans. The other, a well-developed road car made into a race car. Chris Cragg trying to come back at Jenkinson, sliding his way through the left-hander at Priory. Stephen Byrne being cautious, going through Bridge Bend. There's Chris Cragg, the man who leads the race then, coming down now towards the left-hander at Priory. But the real factors in this now are about to become Oliver Bryant in the number 1 Morgan and Stephen Colbert in the orange Sunbeam Tiger that he's taken over from Jackie Cochrane. Scragg about to put a lap on the John Shoesmith Ray Barrow Chevrolet Camaro. Into the pits he comes now. Now, is he going to be able to keep his lead? It's going to be really Chris Cragg versus John Young versus, of course, the Morgan and the Sunbeam Tiger of Bryant Jr. and Stephen Colbert. The other car to watch in this second stint, though, is going to be number 74, Boise Thurtle, because I think he's going to be creeping into the picture. Pat Cook, soloist with his Aston Martin, comes down the pit lane, the Aston Martin Vantage. And this is Stephen Colbert, who is absolutely on the limit. He was a very quick single-seater racer a few years ago. And he comes blasting his way now up over the start and finish line. Stephen Colbert goes through down towards Copse Corner, and this car now may very well assume the lead, but what can Oliver Bryant do about him? Up on Johnny Hyde in the Ford Escort Mark 1 with the TVR 4.5-litre engine, but now the Aston Martin and the Morgan absolutely together. The Morgan, a car that dates back to 1977, therefore it's older than the man driving it. Going through Bridge Bend now, Oliver Bryant on the limit. He's not been racing this weekend in modern GT cars, he's only had the Morgan to play with. He won yesterday's race, and you can see using lots of curb there. He lines himself up for a go on the inside into Brooklands. Oliver Bryant's going to go through. Is he on the inside? Yes, he does. Through he goes. So Bryant now off in pursuit of Stephen Colbert in the Sunbeam Tiger as they go out of Luffield in towards Woodcote. They'll go through that right-hander and then up over the start and finish line, but already ahead of Scragg. Bryant is pulling away. The Morgan blasts past the pits down towards Copse. Chris Scragg, though, in straight line speed, closes back up and even has a go at getting the place back once again. He can't do it going into Copse corner, but Bryant now is going to have to use his guile through the next couple of corners to open up that margin, because in a straight line where the power helps, so Chris Scragg is right on the tail of Oliver Bryant. Not only that, he's going to go through, is he? Yes, back into third place goes Scragg. Ollie Bryant lines himself up for a look on the inside going into Beckett. Can't do it. Scragg gets all sideways and he spins. Too fast on the wrong line. Chris Scragg spins the Aston Martin. He quickly rejoins, but that is going to drop him, look, down to 5th place behind Boise Thurtle. The race leader is Stephen Colbert. In 2nd place is John Young. 3rd now is Oliver Bryant. 4th now is Boise Thurtle. And down to 5th has gone Chris Scragg. There is Bryant going through Abbey. You can see the car is still a handful. He slides it, uses the opposite lock, and he's closing now on the David Falkingham driven and owned Triumph TR7 V8 in order to lap that. The race leader remains Stephen Colbert, though, as he goes now through the right-hander of Bridge Bend. Sets the car up now to go left into Priory. Ahead on the road there, Andrew Knight, the coffee roaster. Ahead of him is Zoe North in the immaculate Mustang, another of the very smart cars on the grid. That blue Mustang and the Nathan and Peter Dodd Sunbeam Tiger for my money. The night is doing a wheel has come off John Young's Aston Martin, look. The Aston Martin grounded by the side of the road, the wheel bouncing its way into a gravel trap, so it's going to be out of people's way. And John Young's Aston comes to a halt by the side of the road, having somehow shed a wheel. Peed but John Young, sadly, is going no further. Stephen Colbert is on target for the checkered flag. In his stint, he has dominated proceedings. We knew he's a quick driver. Here's further proof of it. And he's going to come through. The gap between him and Oliver Bryant is reducing. It was about 6 seconds at the start of this lap. But Stephen Colbert, in the car owned by Jackie Cochran, is on target now for victory. He sprints his way up towards the start and finish line. So Stephen Colbert and Jackie Cochran are going to win the 2nd Charterhouse Heritage Grand Touring Car Challenge race here at Silverstone. And they are 2 very happy Irish drivers. 2nd goes to Oliver and Graham Bryant. The gap down at the end to 5.5 seconds. 3rd will go to the Thurtle father and son team of Arthur and Boise. And here, coming over the line in the number 25 Mustang, Andy Nunn brings the car home in 19th place, the car that he shares with Jonathan Bloom. John Dixon with the Cobra that he shares with Miles Castledini, who started it, is going to come through now for 6th place. That car having